What's Kathmandu? Was that the fictional place on Coming to America?
No,
that was in Zamunda. Never mind.
No.
What was Kathmandu?
Golden Child.
You don't know the Golden Child?
Ain't that the producer?
Oh Lord, let us not get off track. Law of attraction, please keep us. Law of attraction. Law of attraction, please keep us. Keep it attracted to the topic.
That was funny. Keep us attracted to the topic.
Please, Lord.
Keep us attracted to this topic.
Oh, go ahead.
Yo, what's up? I am Omega, and this is Diverse Clarity. This is where we have those thought-provoking conversations about things that matter and some that don't. And to my immediate left, I got my brother Kingsley, and across the couch, I got my man Mel. What's good, fellas? How y'all doing?
I'm good, dog.
Huh?
I'm good.
Take 6.
What about you, Kings? How you been, man?
Here we go.
Man, I'm good, man.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Let me ask you. I'm inspired by one of our friends this week, so I want to ask y'all, what are y'all thankful for? Like the first thing that comes to mind. Let's say in the last month, what are y'all thankful for?
Life.
It's like that. Man, stop.
That was my answer too. Life. Yeah.
Life, good health, all that.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm thankful for the ability to just keep going. You know, like,
expound on that. What you mean?
I don't know. Like, you know, it's been a tough month. You know, my car broke down on me on the side of the road in hot weather.
Really?
So yeah.
Ooh.
Who said really?
You did.
Who said? I start over. Yeah. So
That was you.
You didn't see me.
I little brother out there in that heat. Dog, that's been 110-degree weather, dog.
That was you.
My bad.
Like, damn.
Yeah. So I think just the ability to just keep going, just, you know, fighting through it and still looking and just hanging in there and stuff like that. I think I'm just grateful for that.
But you good now? You your car fixed or you got it? Because you said
man.
you was getting another car.
Yeah, man.
Right.
Yeah, I just went ahead and just made it scrap because changed the engine and stuff like that.
Oh, that's
I need
cool.
a whole new engine and stuff. So I was just like, man, just go ahead and scrap it. I got like $2,000 for it. So
That boy be out there test driving Lamborghinis and stuff.
man, I wish.
This one over here? This to the immediate left?
To the immediate left. My man money bag.
Lambo Kings over here.
But,
okay.
Yeah, but that's it, man. I mean, there's a lot to be thankful for.
Yeah, it's been Bentleys, but you know, it's been thankful for a lot of stuff, man.
So that's a good question, though, man. That's a good question. I'm gonna marinate on that. I'm gonna marinate on that.
No, marinate on the answer.
No, after the show, like I mean, I said my
I got you.
just,
but you say your ability to keep going, so it's just like with
man. Because I mean, honestly, man,
Same.
the way I was. Go ahead.
No, that's what the young people say these days.
What?
When you say something and they agree with you, same.
That's
it. So yeah.
Hey, that's what young folks. That's what y'all do, right?
I don't know, man.
Oh, I thought you was about to point at yourself. Like that's what we young folks do. I'm like, stop lying on the mic.
Come on here, senor.
Wait a minute, this guy. I don't know nothing about dating. I've been married since '85. Like, this guy. This guy. Go ahead.
No, but just saying, that's it. You know, like. I don't know, man. It was just hanging in there and not being irrational.
Pushing through it.
Yeah, because I was just like, man, this is it. This is a sign for me to bounce. So I was like, this is a sign for me to bounce, man. It ain't never happened to me. And I just was like, okay, you know what? Pump the brakes. This can happen anywhere. So let me just, try to, so it was just kind of just about being measured and being level-headed and stuff like that. So I'm thankful for that to be.
But was it more than one thing though? Because you said like, the car about the car, but I mean, but you say you make it like it was like a series of events.
It was a series of stuff, just being here, relationships and trying to, maneuver through them here. Everyone's transient, everyone's just coming and going, and just kind of it was a tough year. You say a month, man, it was just a tough year. So
you went through a lot this year.
Yeah, just trying to just really keep it. Going and stuff like that and not give up and stuff. Because I mean, I'm at a point now where I'm like, should I look at all these signs and just bounce? But I'm just like, okay, you know what? Don't be irrational. Plan it out.
That is so crazy, and it's like it's amazing that it wasn't planned, because I know what I want to talk about today, and the way that you taking the conversation is like kind of leaning down that path. But it's okay. Go ahead. Yeah. What about you, Mel?
Man, I don't know. I mean, what he's saying, definitely, you know.
No, you can't copy. Quit looking on his quit looking on his paper.
And that's what we do. You know what I'm saying? We cheat. Cheat code.
Well, I mean, my car is working, but I'm saying if it did break down, I would really be thankful.
I was going to expand on that. You know what I'm saying? So, no, I'm saying like just that ability to kind of just keep going. You know what I'm saying? But I looked at it more of I am grateful for just getting up and having another day to do better than yesterday. You know what I'm saying? So if I didn't get right, or if I didn't do something right, I got a chance to make it right. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be something as simple as, you know, forgetting to take out the trash. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Just like whatever I wanted to get on my to-do list.
I heard her yelling.
Yeah, you know, she. Nah. But you know what I'm saying? No, I'm joking. Don't get yelled at. We don't. That's one thing that we don't do. We don't yell. We don't yell at each other.
That's what's up.
That was something like I just told her like this is.
Yeah.
If you're gonna be mad. I don't care. Just don't even scream at me.
Got you.
And so we kind of keep, you know, we keep that. You know. Yeah. Keep that going. So yeah, just kind of working through our stuff, because there's a lot going on, you know, on our end, just from the family moving back, me staying here, you know, exiting the entire country, entering a whole nother country, you know what I'm saying, just how all those pieces have to be in place. So it got a little overwhelming. Emotions flying high, arguing in a healthy way. At some point it was like, throw the towel in, wave the white flag at a moment. And then we just kind of, you know, sat down and it was like, all right, what do we have to do? This is what the thing, we just kind of wrote it down and took it out of our heads, and being emotional, being irrational about it, and just kind of put it on paper and outlined it and said, okay, you take care of this, I take care of that. You do this, I'll do that. And then we just hashed it out. And we agreed on the plan and said, regardless of what people may have to say, this is our plan and we're going to stick to it. And that's pretty much where we are now, you know what I'm saying? So just kind of, you know, being able to just make things right, even though like I might have did something wrong yesterday, you know. I wouldn't say wrong, but I allow my other side of my emotional side to get the best of me, and vice versa. So
that can be a thankful thing too, where it's just like thankful to have a partner to support, work it out. Yeah, you know, to know how to work it out together and be like, yo, we gonna okay. Yeah. And sometimes, you know, some partners they be like, man, all right, well, you know, and it turns to this whole thing. So, and I guess thankful also to just tap into your emotions. Like I remember you said you were emotional. Like
I didn't say that.
That one episode.
No.
Oh, okay.
No, everybody on everybody on these couches is emotional.
Okay, my bad. I never said I wasn't emotional. I just said I'm more
emotionally available.
I can be emotionally unavailable at times. Gotcha. You know, in certain situations.
Gotcha.
I don't have that emotional trigger in certain things. Gotcha. You know what I'm saying? So like affirmations. Like my wife loves affirmations. And that's something that I had to grow into.
Right.
I wasn't raised with affirmations. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like if I came home and be like, Dad, I got all A's and B's, or Mom, I got all A's and B's. You supposed to. That's what you go to school for, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? It ain't no like, hey, yeah. It's like, you don't get no treat for doing what you're supposed to do. Go in there and clean that bathroom. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it was like, that's how I was raised. Like, you were doing what you're supposed to do. You don't get a reward for that. You want a reward, who did you help? You know what I'm saying? Like, who did you help who had a C or a D get an A and B? Now, I reward you for that because you done went above and beyond. You know what I'm saying? But we gave you the tools. We gave you the environment to get A's and B's. You You know what I'm saying? You're not the first. You're not gonna last. Gonna have a hard time.
Nah, we still need those affirmations.
I mean, I'm
not going after your family and how you raised, but like I think we need those as people, right? Like we have to be reminded. Like it's even though the woman that you love, right? Or the relationship that you in, or the relationship that I'm in, I mean, we do things because we're supposed to. Like I'm with you, you my partner.
Right.
I'm supposed to look after you.
Right.
I'm not looking for a thank you every time.
Right.
I don't want to thank you every time. But we all do feel good when a person does say thank you or excuse me. Like that's an affirmation of like, I appreciate you, instead of it potentially being taken for granted. Right. You know, so like those affirmations I think are good. I
agree.
I mean, I heard you, but I'm saying like, I'm just, I think it is important that we have that. And I'm not saying somebody can't strive in a life where they don't get it. Right. But having it, I believe, does help. But there has to be a balance. Right. So
and we received them when we was younger, but like I said, it would be more so for us going an extra mile. It wouldn't be for something like, you know what I'm saying? Like if I helped someone or I tutored somebody, oh man, that's what I'm talking about. You did a really awesome job tutoring another kid to get them an A and a B. You know what I'm saying? But like, oh, I got an A and B. It's in you. You know what I'm saying? It's like you got that. I wasn't worried about that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that was more of that. Like, you already meet your expectations are set. Right. And so it's kind of like that. So I had to really learn. Like, I had to undo that because that was the same mindset I had moving forward. And so, but like, I'm thankful. Like, I'm really thankful for my wife because it's really allowed me to kind of tap into myself and kind of realize the things that I needed in order to raise daughters and raise my son, you know what I'm saying? And so they're totally different from me, you know? My son is like, man, he's I always look at it like, I'm not a classic because my dad's the classic, but I'm more like, you know what I'm saying? We had the push start, whatever rule, but my son, he don't have a push, you know what I'm saying? He don't have a gear shift. He the whole new version, whole new model of who I was, you know what I'm saying? And even a different model from my dad, you know what I'm saying?
What was it that you had said though? You were talking about the partner being there for you because you was in responding to him.
Yeah, I was just saying in a way it's like you're thankful for having a partner that just knows
to support.
Yeah, to support you and just not go off the rails, but to come together and you know.
And I was, when you said that, I was just like, oh man, dang, like stop, because you're taking mine. But that's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say like I'm thankful for my partner because people who know me, and I mean people that know me. I'm not talking about they work with me or they've been in the same career field as me and we're familiar with one another. I'm talking about people that truly know me, friends, people that come to my home, right, stuff like that. And it's like, those people know I'm a very straightforward person. But
really,
stop it.
Really?
Yeah. Yes,
never noticed.
I'm a very straightforward person, but I'm a very loving person.
Yeah.
I'm very
caring.
I'm a very loving person, but I also am never above reproach. And like I can admit when I'm wrong, sometimes reluctantly, but I still can say it and admit it and be honest behind it. I'm thankful that I have a partner that accepts me for who and how I am, right, and is willing to work with me through, whatever. And it's like, and it's crazy because it's not even like something has happened like recent or anything like that. It's just, I'm always reflecting, like whether we thinking about, or I'm thinking about like shows to do or like what my next creative venture is, or talking to friends about what their next adventure is going to be and like trying to figure a way to navigate it and stuff. I'm always thinking, I'm always trying to think of like different ways, but I do that same thing with myself. Right. And so like when I look at me and I'm like, okay, I know that I'm this way, or I know that I think this way, or I know I'm like this, and I might not like it. So having a partner that is like patient and willing to see and hear what you're talking about and know what you need to work on, appreciate the fact that you can verbalize it and admit it yourself, and then they just stay there and be like, okay, but we're gonna work through that. Like when you finish that, I'm gonna be right here and I'm gonna help you through it, and everything's gonna be fine. Right. And then we'll tackle the next issue. So I'm grateful for having a partner in my life that is that way.
It's so much stuff to be grateful for though.
It is. I mean, but that's just the one that I'm picking for this month. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So that's the one for this month. So it's like, but that's what it is. So but yeah, for me, so I don't know. But with that, I feel like what I wanted to talk about was like kind of going along the lines of what do they call it? What's the book called? Law of Attraction. Right? So
The Secret, right?
The Secret.
The
The
Secret.
Secret. Yeah. The Secret. Yeah. But yeah, Law of Attraction. So I want to know how y'all feel about that. I want to know, is that a way that y'all navigate life, like dealing with like the Law of Attraction? Because for me, I feel like I have a very good read on people. I feel like I understand personalities and ways that people are, and I think that I'm a chameleon enough, or I think that I'm versatile enough to be able to like handle situations that I'm in when I'm faced with different people, right? And so, but also with that, I feel like I know enough about what I want and what I don't want to try to attract that. And so then I go back to what I'm thankful for. And I feel like I don't settle. I'm very open. Oh, settle. Yeah. This guy.
Go ahead. I'm listening.
Pun not intended.
You know, Mel never settles.
I can't anymore with this guy. So, but that piece of the law of attraction, right?
Yeah.
Where it's like, I know what I want, I know what I need, more importantly, I know what I don't want, right? That's usually a conversation you have when you meet people, even if it's just friends, right? It's like, well, so what do you want to do? Like a new job or something. What do you want to do? What are you looking for? What it is? I know what I don't want, right? And I think we talked about that before. Like I'm more open to things that I have not experienced, right?
Right.
So, but that law of attraction piece in knowing what you do want and like affirmations, right?
Right.
Affirming these things, right? Speaking it into existence.
Right.
So how y'all feel about that? Is this a way that y'all operate? Like how does that go for you?
I do. I always speak. I speak what I want.
So like how does it go? Like you want a new job. Like do you have a process?
I speak. When I started my job that I'm at now and working there for a little while, I knew what I wanted when I came in. I was like, I'm going to learn as much as I can and, you know, just gain as much knowledge as I can about just startups and whatnot. And so found out they had a U.S. division. I was like, I'm going to go there. I told my wife, like, before we leave, I'll be part of that division. Period.
But what's the process though for you?
So the process,
like, I mean, okay, you speak it. So you speak it into existence.
I spoke it. I put it in the atmosphere,
and
I just worked.
Like work.
I just worked. So I did my job. I did whatever I was assigned. Anything extra, I did. I just worked.
Did it go flawlessly for you?
It actually did.
Really?
Like going through the process. No, it was times where I wanted to quit and different things because stuff was happening.
So how do you handle the adversity in that? So like
I kept what I wanted in peripheral. Like this is where I'm going. This is I fixed my eyes on what is unseen. And so because I knew what I was looking at now was just temporary.
And so any of the speed bumps or whatever that got in the way, you just dealt with them the way you needed to.
In my mind, I was like, this is small, minute to what I'm going to be doing later.
Kingsley, how do you do you go by law of attraction? Like you speak things into existence?
I try my best, but I don't do it enough. I must admit, I don't do it enough.
But when you do
it and stuff, when I do, what's the question?
When you do, like how do you go about it? What's your process? And how do you handle the adversity like through that? Because very rarely is any of these things that we do going to be flawless, right? Like we're gonna face bumps in the road.
There's gonna always be bumps
and battles in the war and all of this. Whatever analogy you want to use.
Just keep on believing that it's yours. You know, keep on believing regardless of what happens, what's going on. How I do it, basically, I'll put it out there in the atmosphere, and then I got to put myself out there and kind of give myself the opportunity to make it happen. You know, I think one of the examples I always use is, you know, if I want to be in a relationship, okay, cool. I spoke it. Now I need to be out there. I need to take the invites when they come. I need to just kind of just put myself out there to be around women and, you know, kind of just see the different varieties and stuff like that and introduce myself. Can't be shy. Can't be in the house just chilling, you know. So that's one way I approach the law of attraction, is just to speak it.
Take action.
And take the action.
Yeah.
Put yourself out there. You have to put yourself out there. I have to put myself
I think
out
that's
So-
what we
so-
both saying. Just take action.
Yeah. We all on the
Yeah.
same page. So what are y'all working on right now? Like, what is one thing that's in your list that you are trying to attract based on this law?
I truly can admit on camera, I'm not doing it right now. So
You have nothing that's
I'm just trying to shuffle through some stuff and then start filing it. The one thing you said about, you know what you don't want.
Right.
You know, like I think I was sharing with you the other day, like,
Yeah.
you know I don't want to drive to a building. I want to find a job where I can work remotely
Yeah.
from home. Like that's where I'm at right now. Like, okay, am I doing anything for that? No. But yeah, that's just where I'm at right now. I know what I don't want.
So what's this process of sifting through it? Maybe I got the term. What you just said? You said
Just kind of shifting through some things.
Shifting
Yeah.
through. Sorry.
Yeah, man, I just gotta clear some stuff up, man. I gotta determine if I want to still be here, if I don't want to be here, if I'm not gonna be here, where I'm gonna go. If I am gonna be here, okay, how does that process go? How do I get, you know, I can go on Indeed, I can go here, go there, do that. So I think that's just where the shifting is coming into play.
Yeah, but if you want to work remotely, it don't matter where you at.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it don't matter if you want to be here, be home,
Yeah.
or be in Kathmandu. It's remote. You know what I'm saying? So
Don't go to Catman. don't do the Catman.
I've never heard that before.
with the golden child.
Yes.
So, but yeah,
She's your queen.
what's Kathmandu?
Catman.
Was that the fictional place on Coming to America?
No,
No, that was in Zamunda. Never mind.
no.
What was Kathmandu?
Golden child?
You don't know the Golden Child?
Ain't that the producer?
Oh Lord, let us not get off track. Law of attraction, please keep us. Law of attraction. Law of attraction, please keep us. Keep it into existence.
That was funny. Keep us attracted to the topic.
Please, Lord.
Keep us back to this topic.
Oh, go ahead.
We'll talk about that off air. We'll film educate you right off of this, right after this show.
It's all good. So that's it, man. I just gotta do that. I just gotta do that. I really gotta. This is gonna be a summer of just shuffling and starting to lay the cards out to start playing my hand.
I want to, since we all do this. Wait. Hang on. You can come to me. But since we all follow this law of attraction, right? Which I didn't know this because we did not talk about this ahead of time. But since we all seem to follow it, right? This part where you say you're sifting through or you're shifting through these different things, like what is that? What is that process? And I want you to answer in a way where like people that are listening, people that are watching, maybe they're trying to figure out something to get to this point. So like, are we talking about a pros and cons list?
Yeah.
Are we talking
like,
about sitting with the brothers and chit chatting? Like, what is that? That's what I'm saying. So
I can tell you my process.
Okay, so as we talk about this, not that it's like a tutorial, but I want to go into it like what it is, because there's no need to talk about law of attraction if we can't talk about how we attract. That end goal. So go ahead. What are you?
No, go ahead.
Yeah, for me, I literally write down my end game.
Okay.
So I look at where, at the end of the day, what life do I want? And so I write it down. And so I write it down. I look, edit it, spell it out. You know what I'm saying? So I'll have like a list like this. These are the things that I want before I leave this earth, right? Then I take it all the way back. What do I need to do to get to there starting today or starting this year? And then I start writing. Where would I be in 3 years, 5 years, 10 years? And I just kind of keep writing and writing and writing and writing. And so then I kind of go through it. And sometimes I find things on there. I'm like, I don't really want to do that. Like, you know what I'm saying? I just start writing.
You do your whole life?
Yeah. I do my whole I do my end game. Like, what do I really want? Like, what do I want to like? I for one, I don't want to be an astronaut, so I'm not gonna ever do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's things that you want in this life before you leave out of here. What is it?
You don't divide them up in battles?
I just put it on.
Like get your segments down. Cause I heard you say like in 5 years and this
so I write my end game first.
Right.
So this is like when I'm 65, 70, 80, whatever age I have.
162.
100.
Shout out John D.
Whether I'm he
gonna correct this. He gonna be like, it's 165. That's what I'm saying.
Like, I don't care. Noah age, Abraham age. What do I want to be? You know what I'm saying? Where would I want to be?
Abraham.
Father Abraham.
I thought you were talking about Lincoln. I was like, I don't know if you want to go his route. No. Stay away from the theater.
Abram. He first became Abram.
Got you.
Abraham. Yeah. Ignorant. I know, right? Go ahead. So yeah, please keep us on topic. Law of attraction.
Law of attraction, please, Lord.
So I write it, man. I just write it down. Like I was talking to him today, and I told him that I finished it. Like when I started the journey, I had like all this stuff that's on there, and you're gonna have a bunch of stuff like, oh, I want all this, and then you start thinking as you start living and thinking like, I don't really want this. I don't want that. I don't want this neither. I just want this, and then you'll start simplifying your list, and then once you have it, you'll know it. It just click like this is it. And then you start mapping it out. And so one of the things that I'm attracting now is, well, for one, getting my family home safely into a home and making sure they're straight. And then coming back and being on a journey. Like I have a whole slew of months.
Can we add something to that list? Swing by John D's joint. Bring him back.
Okay.
Bring him back with you.
I won't even be on that side of the state.
I need you to make a pit stop.
But you know what I'm saying? And then I get home. When I get back here, I know what I'm gonna attract, and I'm gonna do the work that I need to do in order to attract it. But yeah, man, once I draw up my end game, and then I start going back. I just start working backwards. Okay, how long is that going to take me? I start putting it out there like, okay, it's going to take this many years, that many years. All right, what do I need to do before that? And so I just start unraveling. So I have a 10-year list. I have a 15-year list. I have a 3-year, 5, 3, 1, and I just go after them. And so,
and what do y'all do if you hit a point where it's like there's that frustration because you're not accomplishing something as quickly as you wanted it to do?
Yeah.
You got the frustration in you because it seems like it's going to be impossible. Mm-hmm. There's a tremendous setback. Maybe I don't want to get
right,
but I want to put ideas out. But you know what I'm saying? Like something comes in the way. So like, how do you handle that type of adversity, right? Like not even about the decision making, but something that's happened that makes it look like whatever your goal or goals are, it can't happen, or it seems like it can't happen. And how do you maintain your motivation towards what you are trying to attract via this law?
It's all about reassessing and just looking and seeing why it's not working out. Is this something I'm doing? Is it the people around me?
Is this what you do?
Is this?
I don't want to answer but I'm just. I'm not judging. I'm just saying I want to answer it like that.
Like I said,
is this what you do?
Like I said, as you were talking, I was like, man, it's like playing cards. Right now, at this stage, I'm still shuffling the damn deck. You have a hand. You're like, shit, that's a good ass hand. I'm about to organize.
I rearrange.
Yeah.
Like I really accept what's my hand. So like for me, I wanted to do this,
right.
But life shifted.
Right.
So then it's like, okay, I have to get to the point where I have to realize and recognize life has shifted. And it's not an easy recognition. You get frustrated, you get angry, you get emotional, you get upset. You know what I'm saying? Your temper is up. You know what I'm saying? you just got all this stuff going up and down, man. And you got to get to a point where, like you said, I have to reevaluate it and say, okay, I can't do this now because this takes precedence over it. You know what I'm saying? When do I see myself going back to it? And so, and I might not realize it that day. It might take a week. It may take 2 weeks. But I know that at this present moment, I have to accept that what I wanted to do had to take a pause.
But okay, not that I'm doubting what y'all are saying, but it sounds too good. And I'm not saying wait, hang on. I'm not saying that you don't do that. Right. What I'm saying is like in order to, when you face the adversity, right? And we all have been downtrodden before. Right. Right. I'm not assuming anything. Right. We've all been in what we might call our worst. Right. Right. What are you doing when you are at your worst? Like, okay, so but you know what I mean? Like I have been in a corner in tears before. Yeah. By myself. You get what I'm saying? Like I know I've been through what was my worst. And I hope that is the worst of my what is the phrase Jay-Z said in the song? I know it's not from him, but it's where I remember from. Like, may the rest of tomorrow be the, what is it? May the oh man, it's a fire ass phrase too. It's may the best of your, may the worst of your tomorrows be the best of your todays, or something like whatever. You know what I'm talking about? Like, you know. But I'm hoping for me, whatever I had experienced where I was at my worst, that's not it. But like, what does it look like in there? Because
what it looks like when you in that worst, in that space.
Man. But you know what I'm saying? So like, what I'm saying is like, when I say it sounds too good, is like, I get it. Y'all are telling me like, oh, this is how I fight it. This is how I do it. This is how I plan it. This is how I check it. This is how I prioritize it.
But you want to know like, what does it look like?
But what happened when you got kicked in the face? You was bent over. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't eat, you couldn't sleep, couldn't afford to eat, couldn't afford somewhere to sleep. Like, what was it like then? How did you work through that? You know what I'm saying? Because y'all are telling me. Yeah, you understand where I'm coming from?
We're talking about where we coming, how we came out of it.
How you came out of it. What it feels like how you would approach it. Yeah. And then looking back on it like, yeah, I did that. I got these socks made by
Ryan died.
Ryan, see what I'm saying? Boom. So, you know what I mean? So it's like that. So, but what about when you're in it?
Oh man, I can be honest. So I use my marriage for a minute. So it was a point in time where we were not meshing, right? Like meshing at all, bro. Like I was like, man, hell with this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Where the towel at? Where the flag? I'm finna throw them all in with the kitchen sink, the baby, and the bath water. Like I give up, man. And so, like, I was trying to get advice from people, you know what I'm saying? Older, younger.
Why you pointing at me when you said older?
Oh, I didn't point at you. I didn't point at you. I did this.
Like this. He put his hand older. I'm sitting right here.
Oh.
Keep your hands
older. Not OMEHGA.
He did just like that. Oh, like when I said to my knee left and across the couch. He said older, younger. Ain't even nobody over there.
Right. So I just go
That's where you did younger. No, but that's where you did younger.
Okay.
You could have did older to the right, younger to the left.
Older, younger. I'm not
to say, take this. This is. Go ahead.
All right, Methuselah.
You were seeking advice.
I was seeking advice from Methuselah. I was seeking advice from people that were younger. You know what I'm saying? Like just seeking guidance, bro. Let me go play a childish, petty Pendergrass over here. So, nah, man. And man, I had got to a point where, like, for me, when I get into that mode, I shut the world out. Like, you can call, my mama can call me, she won't find me. Like, I go into like a groundhog, underground. Like, I won't be seen, won't be heard from. because I have to process it. And so before I get to the point of processing it, I'm just like, I'm on edge. You know what I'm saying? And I know I'm on edge, so things can escalate. So I see myself starting to escalate. I catch myself. I don't let myself get angry, but I start internalizing everything. And so I shut everybody out. But it's not I'm shutting everybody out because I don't want any help. I shut everybody out because I have to process it. And so when I get to that point where, you know, in my marriage, I had got to a point where, bro, I was like, I would get up and just walk around the neighborhood, just talking out loud and praying like I don't know what I'm doing. Go ahead.
I want to, Kingsley, are you similar to this in this space of are you similar in the way that he's saying that he reacts or responds to?
No.
What's your?
I actually discovered I actually need to be around people.
Be around people.
Yeah, and I need to be talking about what I'm going through.
Okay, hang on. So for you, the significant others in your life, if they, when they, have they, did they, what did you say when they came to you and said, that ain't gonna work for us? This whole hermit crab shell living life, hiding from us, staying in the bedroom, playing with your toes, eating Cheetos, smoking cigarettes. This is not gonna work.
When I do my significant other, I don't shut them out where I'm in a room and they somewhere else. I'm more of, I just get quiet. You know what I'm saying? And they'll know something quiet. They'll know that something's wrong. And I would just tell them, I need to process. And so, my wife is just one of them people was kind of like, okay.
Are you able to hide it at work?
Yeah.
Because at work, I assume it's different. They're not your significant others, right? And
I can function through the world. Like I'll go to the grocery store and stuff like that. It's the people.
I said work. This is what we're talking about. Food.
I can go to the grocery store. I can go to the job, and you won't never know. But but being like friends, family, those that's like dear and close to me, to my heart, I have to remove that. I have to stop because I know that my emotions are high, and like I am like at a point of like I'm angry because I'm trying to process it. I'm really wanting to figure it out. That I'll lash out, or I say something ignorant, you know what I'm saying, or I say something petty, and so I just kind of I back away, and people will call, and I'll be like, I ain't get it, like you know what I'm saying, like because I just I'll take my phone, and they'll be in a whole nother room, and I'll just be in this room.
Kings, so when you need to vent, when you need to let it out and talk to people, how do you go about finding these people in your life? Like, is it people that are close to you, or is it like being around strangers? Like, for example, like I know for me, I mean, as much as I am out there around people or whatever, whether I'm doing music or photography or whatever it is, right? Podcast, offsite, I am a very closed off person. I'm very private, right? But I could be private and want to be by myself and say have no one in my life as far as like a significant other, and then like go to the mall, walk around, and then just kind of like chit chat with the people in stores as I go through random stores to the coffee shop, maybe talk to somebody at random in the coffee shop, whatever. Do this for an hour or so, come back home, and now I feel like I've released and I haven't discussed anything related to an issue. I've just somehow connected with a human being, and you know, my mind and my conversation help me to not think about it. So for you, does it need to be somebody that you talk to that is close to you? Can it be you do something to take your mind off of it around other people, with other people? Like what's your way?
There has to be someone that I'm close to, because he or she will know me, will know that King needs to talk this thing out, and he need to talk about it. He need to vent about it. He need to get mad about it. He need to curse about it, like whatever. And it's always going to be someone that I know that just knows that this is what I need to do in order to get through that tough patch, get through that tough situation. And then also I would need that person. I used to hate this. Now I'm valuing it. That person just be like, all right, you done. What's next? You know, no more self-loathing. No more pity party.
Okay.
What's next? All right, I'm gonna let you vent. You can vent to me tomorrow, but need a solution. What you gonna do? How we gonna get through this? How you gonna get through this and stuff like that? So I would definitely need, well, from past experience, yeah, that's usually how it's been. People that know me, a few people that know me, just let me vent and then be like, okay, let's come up with some solutions. Because they know I'm a solution-oriented person. Like I'm not just gonna, I'm always giving them solutions and advice and stuff. So, you know, they know to hit me with it too.
Right.
You know, so that's usually how it is.
So what's your, if you had to give advice then for somebody for staying on track towards the law of attraction, right? Like what would that be? Like to stay focused, to maintain the path.
I don't know. I think it varies though. I think it varies based on certain attractions and based on the adversity. So something that I may be attracting may not have the same adversities as something else. You know
you don't think there's like a generic rule book to kind of follow? Because because there's a lot of different ways to stay goal oriented,
right?
But one of the advices could be to remain goal oriented. Now, yeah, I agree. There'll probably be like a checklist of different things based on what that goal is,
right?
But like I think there may be an overall checklist, right? Staying goal oriented, staying focused, or something along those lines.
Yeah, but I'm not saying that. But I'm saying
that
that part in between. So like something that. So like if it's a position, you know what I'm saying, at my job, I don't have the adversity that. How I deal with the adversity is different than it would be.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm not talking about adversity. I'm talking about just the overall. Like if we're giving advice to people about how to stay on path for attracting what they need in their life, right? Going back to the beginning, right? Trying to bring this in. Like what is the advice that you would give them? Because we know that you have your plan. We know that you guys know how to work it out. We know you got your checklist. We know we know that you've been in situations where you were down and how you dealt with it. But
I think you gotta find.
But if somebody is like if somebody come to you like, Mel, you well put together, bro. And I'm not making an example. I'm saying like facts to you. Like you're well put together. Like your career, the way that you handle your family, the way that you teach your children, like. Right, you're very well put together. So like I could imagine that somebody would come to you and be like, hey dog, like how do you do it? Like how do you stay focused? How do you this? How do you put together a life plan? Like how did you get this end game with 5, 10, and 15 year increments in there, like based on your battles that you're gonna fight to get to the end? Like how did you do this? What would you tell them?
I would say the more you know yourself is the best. So for me, my thing is processing, where his is more so he'll vent and then he'll have a solution, where mine is more I'll vent and then I'll process. And so my process is alone. And so when I process, it's either through music, running, you know what I'm saying? So when I say music or running, whatever I'm going through, I am listening to music that's similar on how to get through it. You know what I'm saying? So if it was, it might be like jazz, just kind of having that jazz while I'm running. I'm like, okay, I'm processing. I'm constantly thinking about it. I'm constantly going through finding solutions independently. I'm searching. It's, you know what I'm saying? Because I want it to be something that I got all the advice that I needed from whomever. You know what I'm saying? And so now I have to take this advice that they have given me, and I got to process it on how I'm going to apply it to my situation. And so it takes time, but it takes time for me, it takes me time to shut everything out and just be alone and think and go through the advice, go through my situation and say, okay, what is the best course of action? And then once I have it, I sit down and I write it. I put it on paper and I look at it. And what I write down don't necessarily mean that's how it's gonna happen. It's just it allows me to take it from my mind and place it on paper. And then
your method. I mean, if I was to like summarize like the advice that I would give if I were Mel, it sounds like you're telling somebody the vision board method. You know what I mean? Like, like that's what it sounds like to me. Because you keep saying that you're gonna write it down and you're gonna make sure that you stay on the pathway. But having that vision board and seeing what it is that you want, what you want to accomplish, removing things as you see that they're no longer needed, you know, or no longer required, whatever. It's like that vision board. I don't know if that. Yeah, I mean,
I think that's the overarching thing. Yeah, just have your vision board, and then like when you got to have the way how you deal with your adversity. Everybody has their different ways of dealing with adversity. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be running, listen to motivational speakers, reading, quiet drives, working out. You just got to figure out what it is that you do to channel whatever the stress that's going to come with it towards something positive. You know what I'm saying? And not something negative. And I think that's what my biggest thing. You find how do you take that stress and place it towards something positive? And you do it already. You already know what you do when you get stressed. When it comes, go do that.
Kings, what about you? What would be the advice that you would give somebody to stay afloat, stay focused on that item or that accomplishment that they're trying to attract? What would your advice be?
It's okay to go back sometime and reassess. Not reassess. It's like you said something when you guys said path. Yeah. And I just automatically thought like, man, I saw this quote that said, no matter how far down the path you go, you can always turn around and just start again or create a new path or so that would be the advice I would give.
I just remembered that quote. I'm sorry. May the best of your todays be the worst of your tomorrows. Or something like that. I think that's it, right?
You still don't know.
That's it, right?
I'm gonna check it out though.
I think that's what it is. Yeah. May the best of your todays be the worst of your tomorrows.
I pray a lot.
Right, that's right. May the best of your todays be the worst of your tomorrows. That's it. Because if your todays are the best and that's the worst that it gets, this means you're constantly progressing. It's going to be even better. Sorry, it just came to me and I didn't want to forget. I'm sorry.
That's fine. That's fine. No, but that's it. Just it's okay.
Staying on the path.
It's okay to reset on the path, like go back and just kind of go back a little bit and just be like, okay, what's going on? What's not working? Yeah, that's it, man. I mean, I'm kind of thinking about some other stuff in my head, like
constantly recalibrate. Like it's like a constant monitoring for you.
Yeah, because I mean,
you're a visionary, right? You're a visionary. You got it on the board. You know what's there. You see it all the time, and you take action like this. You were constantly recalibrating.
Yeah, because I mean, think about a GPS. If you set a GPS and you still miss the turn that it tells you to turn, it's still gonna tell you another way. No matter how far.
That's a good analogy. Because honestly, because when you think about GPS, it's also recalibrating because of the traffic, and it'll be like new route found. Yeah. So that's actually.
So just listen. Just listen to GPS. It's okay to go as long as you have your eyes set on the final destination. Right. No matter if you went back, it's still gonna find an alternate route. Like so, if I was going from A to B, and I just go back down the road that was A to B, it'll still be like, okay, you still want to get to B, okay, so now you gotta go around A.
Dr. Laurent, okay.
It's okay to do that, because if this is the key word now I'm gonna talk about, and this not talk about, but I kind of factor in the variable destiny. If it is your destiny, because I can go to B, if it ain't destined for me to go to B, so I have to kind of factor that in too. But if it's your destiny to get to B, if it's your destiny to be where you want to plan to be, then no matter what happens, you can go back, forward, you can take a pit stop, you can be like, okay, I'm like you said, take.
How do you know if it's not your destiny?
That's the thing.
No, but that okay. So I don't want to go off on another, because we'll start another episode. But when it comes to destiny, if a person truly believes in destiny, it doesn't matter what that path was that you took, because ultimately they believe you're going to end up where you're supposed to be anyway. Right? So what's meant for you
will be for you.
So exactly. So how powerful is manifestation then? If I know I'm gonna get to B, it's my destiny to get to B, I ain't gotta wake up every day and be like, I will get to be. I will be.
But
and get to be. It's like, bro, it's my destiny. All right, cool. I'm about to eat these Cheetos and smoke and get my feet up because I'm destined.
No.
Faith without works is dead, brother.
Okay, got you.
But it's perspective, right? Because not everybody can afford a GPS system, right? Not everybody can afford a GPS system. So one part of that would be, you know what it is that you want, and you use a GPS to help you get there.
Gotcha.
Your example.
Gotcha.
Some people are like, I know what it is that I want. I can't afford a GPS, so I need to figure out how can I get there.
Or I stay the course.
You know what I'm saying? I've been to
stay in traffic.
Right.
Go through the bumps.
Exactly.
Go through the detours.
You might have to make a U-turn because you didn't have the Google telling you make a left, no, I use Sigic. So but
MapQuest. It's a joke. It was an old joke.
Oh, you stupid. He's trying to say we old.
Yeah, this is just a joke.
Okay.
I had to get my joke in for the day. Go ahead.
Okay. But you know what I'm saying? So I don't think that goes away from it because it's just the way that we chose to take the path that's ahead, right? You chose a GPS. I chose not to go with a GPS. I was about to say
AAA map. He had a AAA map.
On the dashboard, all over the dashboard. You know what I'm saying?
Here go Christopher Columbus,
right? Yeah, that's before.
But you see what I'm saying? So it may take me 3 days to get there because I used a map from the 7-Eleven that I had to spread across the dashboard, and it may have only took you 6 hours because you took the updated version of the Google Maps or whatever it is that you use, and it told you about all the traffic, about all the speed cameras, the best route, rerouted you. So so I don't think that that's it. But but again, I say if somebody says it's their destiny, then they're going to believe that it's a part of what they're supposed to do. They're going to think, okay, I didn't use the GPS, I used the paper map. It was my destiny to use that map. I was supposed to have to make these U-turns. I was supposed to have to stay at the motel on the way and get gas and whatever. Like
about the destiny was like final destination. Like,
but I don't know. But when you some people, I feel like some people might have all that and just disregard it and go for it.
I mean,
go for broke.
But destiny, it's almost like.
But you'll still get your destination.
But look, it's like a relationship too, right? The same way that we talked about before, the same way we mentioned before. It may not look like the way that you expected it to be, right? I've been in entertainment all through like my childhood, like whether it be with family or trying to do my own thing, DJing.
Too easy.
But I'm just saying, huh?
Go ahead. Now. You say it was your whole childhood.
What you talking about?
You've been in entertainment your entire childhood.
Yeah, and then
go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was just trying to hear what you was gonna tell.
I think he used to do acting and used to be a thespian.
I was a thespian, yes.
In school and stuff.
He's a thespian. He did battle.
Yeah, I used to dance. No,
battle dance
too. Yeah.
It's got to be footage of this dude out here, man. We have to find and scour the internet.
It's probably in the library.
Yeah,
that's true.
But a lot of that would have been in Japan. But anyway, as I was saying, like a lot of people, they always ask, like, why did you go all the way to the UAE for this? Why did you go to Japan for this? Why did you go? And it's like, well, I didn't expect that. Like people think, oh, isn't it easier in the US? Maybe it is. I don't know. Maybe it's probably not because it's oversaturated. But my destiny took me on a path all the way to Japan. And it was there in Japan that I started to do international performances. I might not have ever got that opportunity in the US. Right. So my destiny might have been to be on somebody's stage somewhere, right? But how I got there, who knows? But it doesn't mean that just because you get what I'm saying. So I don't know. I think it's perspective. I think it really is perspective on how you look at it and having that open mind for the path that is ahead.
Right. And then you also got to think about it. Sometimes it's like you said, it doesn't look the same way as you thought it was going to look.
Yeah.
Facts. Yes.
You know.
Well, I like that. I think that was a good little talk. I learned some things from y'all about y'all. I know you hard headed. I learned. So, but yeah, man. Anything else to add?
I've been told that all my life.
I think I like what you said about the writing down, and as you were speaking, I was just like, man, I think that's what I just need to do. Just kind of really map it all out. You know, we joke about AAA map and all. Maybe I need to just map it out, go old school with it, and
Yeah, they don't
man, just
like
try to process it, man, because
yeah,
I like that.
And so, and it's like for me, like my end goal, I have my end game, and I have like my stuff that I plan out. It don't necessarily mean it's gonna be the same.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, like he was saying, like you might have a detour, you might have something, but you got to realize sometimes when you have those detours, you have to realize, okay, am I still going in the same direction, or can it still get me to the same direction? And so,
or it may have been intended for you to go a different direction because it's about to change.
Yeah.
You might have in your mind, I need to go to point A.
Yeah.
And those detours that you hit help you visualize what is your true destiny.
True.
You might think that that's how it's supposed to go.
True.
You know what I'm saying? You may be thinking this whole, just because you put it on your vision board, just because you write it down, because you want it, does not mean that that's what's supposed to be. We just said it. What is meant for you will come to you, will be there, right? So maybe my whole goal in my life was to get a job in a certain career field. And I've been trying and I've been applying and I've been talking and I've been networking, and it never happens. And then one day I go to a park and I'm complaining about it, and I meet a guy that works in another business, and I end up getting a job there, and it turns out to be the best thing in my life. And guess what? All those detours, everything that happened, right, that was I thought was a failure, was just setting me up to get me to the park to meet this guy, to end up doing the same type of work that he does. And I'm happier than I've ever been in my life. So it's all about perspective.
Yeah.
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 I mean, yeah. But this is the law of attraction doesn't say that though. From what I remember in the book, in the movie, they don't give that caveat of if it's your destiny. Like they don't put that asterisk. Like if it's your destiny, it's just kind of like you can have anything you want, you can do anything you want if you believe and be grateful.
I feel like
gratitude.
But this is what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like if it may look like that's what it's supposed to be for you, right? Mm-hmm. It may look like that's what it's supposed to be for you, but all of those things that you do may just be setting you up to go down a different path. Okay. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. And the law of attraction is something that we don't know. We don't realize. We don't know what this is. We don't know where this truly comes from. We just know that it's about the energy that we put out.
Universe,
right. Yeah. So if it's truly this, the universe could have been telling me, I could have been pulling this way to go this way because I thought that's what I was supposed to do. But ultimately what was going to happen anyway, without me even, I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know. I feel like you have to ask yourself, what is it that you truly want? You know what I'm saying? And when you ask yourself, what do you truly want? And it's really what you want. I feel like, yes, you might get pulled in another direction, but you may get pulled in another direction to learn something to get you to that same thing that you want. You know what I'm saying? So like, if you say, I'm going to start a multimedia company, right? You're doing everything that you can to do that. But you also split between something else. It might be the law of attraction to take you from being double-sided sword to being one-sided to say, here you go. You know what I'm saying? And it's something that you might not want to happen, but it could be something that the law of attraction is pulling you. Or it could be pulling you in another way to learn something else in order for you to have the skill once you get to that point where you where you really said you wanted to be. You know what I'm saying? But I think it's just, you just got to live it.
Do you think that it's not possible to have an agenda and then
your agenda change?
The path that it takes, you fall in love with another?
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I mean. I'm not saying that, I agree with you. Yeah. I'm not saying that we go down a path and the path is supposed to be like this and then we go somewhere else and I'm just saying we may get to, because remember, we're constantly recalibrating. That also comes from within us.
Right.
So we may get to a point where we realize, you know, you took things off of your list. You said it.
Yeah.
You said it.
Yeah.
You realize some things need to come off.
Right.
Well, you have an end game, but you have a whole bunch of battles, a whole bunch of accomplishments within that to get to your end game.
Right.
And then you tally your results, right? So if you're able to take things off, why am I not able to change things that are on there based on the circumstances that I've been faced with, right? Or based on the decisions that I made trying to go down this path, and then things that I've come across, and then now that alters. How else do you take things off of your list without accomplishing them, but taking them off because you say, I don't need that anymore? That could have been something that I did.
It could be I'm starting to realize more of my destiny, what you were saying.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and I think that we could be in a point where we think we know what our destiny is, but it's that path that we take towards that destiny, then the changes that we make along that path, and then it brings us somewhere else, which ultimately is our true destiny. Yeah.
Man.
So
the universe is a powerful thing, y'all.
it is.
But I feel like you gotta put it in the air so it can appear.
I agree. 100%.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, listen.
Closed mouths don't get fed. Ain't that what they said?
Yeah, closed mouths don't get fed. Yeah, for sure.
Oh.
And faith without work
faith without work is dead. Yeah.
So
I pray a lot too, though.
I laugh because I remember when there was an episode he said, you're like, I hate that verse. I remember that.
All right, listen, we appreciate y'all coming through and listening. Those of y'all watching on YouTube, thank you so much for your support. And that's pretty much it. Wow. I am here. To my immediate left, my brother Kingsley. Across the couch, my man Mel. I am Omega. And this is Diverse Clarity. This is where we have those thought-provoking conversations about things that matter and some that don't. We will catch you next episode.
Peace.